Hey, this is Full Game Prometheus giving you guys a full game gameplay. I'm actually coming off of a loss after I jumped in this game. I had went for it on a 2-point conversion. I had a guy that was really good with his users, and he actually picked me in the end zone. So the funny thing is, this gameplay is going to be a similar situation. It's going to come down to a two-point conversion to either win or lose the game. So it's almost like a replay exactly of what transpired in the previous game. Unfortunately, I took an L just like anybody else. This guy actually has played a lot of draft champions. This is MUT gameplay with draft champions. I do like it just because I just think it's a little bit easier, simpler, more simpler type of a mode. You don't have a lot of special, features and for your players and stuff like that, and it's just less complex, and you just really have to simplify your schemes. Teams are always really even from a standpoint, but you still can kind of craft it. So in a third and short situation, you actually go to send the dogs. I'm going to be switching up some 34 odd defense, and I'm going to try to go ahead and send the dogs after my opponent. And right here, I actually go ahead and 4th and 7. He has a deep play to get across the field right there, and as a result, I get the ball back. So I'm going to be using a tight flex offense. This is going to be a mega scheme that I built out for my patrons, and basically I'm actually going to be accessing 3 different formations from one base play, and this is the base play. It's cross out of this tight flex, and what makes this play tick is that route right there. It's a really cool play that if he doesn't have a flat defender out there, you can definitely catch your opponent off guard. We'll be able to go ahead and hit Dopkins and actually get into the end zone. I tell you, one of the best running backs in this in draft champions is Dopkins. Guy's got phenomenal catching ability. He's a really good runner, stuff like that. He's just one of those good plays. So right here, once again, I send the dogs after him out of the 34 defense. Now I switch into basically a 3-3-5 wide defense, and it actually pops me, but I have a flat defender out there, and as a result, he's able to go ahead and catch him in the seam and get an interception. So I'm in the driver's seat right now in this type of situation. If I go up by 2 scores, I'm doing really good. I want to get myself a touchdown right here. Back this play, flat is wide open, no defender comes down. I'm going to go ahead and hit that flat, and I've got some, you'll see me making some adjustments and reads. Now I try to run it up the inside, but he gets a nice little block shed right there. So 3rd and 2 situation. I figured I'd go with the stretch play off to the right, and look how the defender comes down and plays the gap perfectly, getting me in a 4th and long or 4th and inches. I'm going to take the points. When you play draft champions, it's all about possessions, being up by number of possessions, and getting the ball in the second half. So even if he does score a touchdown, I'm still going to have an opportunity to go and get him. So right here, once again with the pressure, he's able to go and scramble away from the pressure and actually dump the ball off and get a 5-yard gainer. Now I'm going to go into basically a pass defense, get a nice little block shed right there, and tackle him for a 1-yard loss. 3rd and 6 situation, back to the pass defense. It hits a little halfback angle underneath the coverages and actually goes right in front of my user. Now a nice little pitch play. Defender doesn't get out there. He's able to go ahead and get the ball and pick up, I think, 6 yards on that little pitch play. So that was something they actually had pretty good success with, the little pitch play. And right here, he throws right to my defender. The ball almost pops into his hands, and as a result, he gets away with one, and I kind of get away with one. Now I go with the pressure again. I had a flat defender out there playing a hard flat. He should have bit down a little bit more on that, but as a result, he's able to go and pick up a 1st down. So that could have been basically adios if I ever got an interception against this guy. And right here, his a little crosser with the running back. He gets the ball down to the 34-yard line, then goes back to like a little screen play right here, and basically gets my flat defender comes down and plays it. Now he actually jumps it down. So this guy was doing a lot of screens, and typically the best way to shut down a screen is to man up your defensive end on the running back, and that will shut down the screen. But I just wasn't making that adjustment because he was blending screens in pretty effectively with the rest of the stuff he was doing. But you can see the clock is just chewing down right here. This is bad clock management by him in this type of situation, because he's got this pistol tray set. He's going to try to get in the end zone, and he throws it up here. This is a bad play by him. I don't know what he was looking at, but he got away with one because that should have been intercepted. He was able to go ahead and get 3 points in this type of situation. So I'm getting the ball in the second half. That's great. As long as you don't make any mistakes, I'll be okay. So I jump into basically this play, which is mesh, and I'm going to put a little curl route off to the right. That's my man read, and right here, defender floated up and then came down. I missed the corner route. The corner route in the back corner was wide open. I throw back to the check down. His guy comes up and picks it. So just a misread by me. I've been labbing this particular play. It's a very effective play. But when I've been labbing against the CPU, the corner route really hasn't opened up for me. I just didn't see it, so I just misread it completely. The corner route was wide open. That could have been a touchdown in that play. So I paid the price with this. So right here, the score's tied 10-10. I've got the ball back. Once again, I just need to control the clock in this type of situation and basically score. I can chew up as much clock as possible. So back on a 2nd and 6 situation, I decided to go with a run again, and right here I'm able to go ahead and get it down to a 3rd and 1 situation. Now I jump into a draw play, miss the hole. I had a hole off the left, and I cut it back off to the right. I don't know what was going on with that. Now I go ahead and jump into basically the money play. You can see he pulls his user over there, so I'm anticipating basically that, and as a result I can go off to the other side. So I love this cross play, and this is the way I have this thing set up, is that he's got to defend the flats. I've got inside reads. I've also got a read off to the right if he really goes ahead and over pursues. So right here I hit the draw play once again, and as a result, look at the block sheds. I just couldn't get the draw kicking the way I want. Now here is another play, skinny post. I like to run this. I got a wheel on the backside, but what I do is I streak up and do a slant on the opposite side of where the wheel's at, and it gives me another check down. They actually hit against my opponent. So whip, a little wheel route off the left, and I hit the whip as my other check down. Once again, you see how he chases the wheel with the running back, and as a result I'm able to go and hit the little cross or the backside slant on the backside. So basically a nice inside zone. As a result, I actually go ahead and get the ball in the end zone and go up 7-10. 2 minutes and 50 seconds left against my opponent. Once again, look how he's sprinkled in the screenplay. Smart read or smart decision is to go ahead and man up the running back with one of my linemen, but that was not an adjustment I was doing. Previously, he was using a pitch play with the outside run right here. He actually has a nice little cut to the inside. I over pursued to the outside because the previous time he was able to go and get the ball to the outside and pick up 5 or 6 yards. So he cut back in. Very smart adjustment by him. 2 minute right here, hits a little crosser, auto motion. He's able to go and do this. So this guy was checking down. He was completely checking down. He wasn't allowing to basically hit the stuff. Right here, I hit some more pressure against him. Send the dogs after him. Cover 4 pressure once again against him. He's got 3 wide receivers off to the right. Pressure comes in. I blitz him and get him in a sack and put him in a 3rd and long situation. So now I'm going with this pressure. So here's the thing that I probably needed to do a little bit more, is mix things up. He had it in underneath that fly route. As a result, he's able to go and pick up a 1st down in that type of situation. Now I mix in a pass, a man version with basically of the same blitz. So the pressure came in, but I had a guy manned up, and as a result, he lost a yard. So a minute left in this 2nd and 10 situation. He throws right at my user. I do not get, I didn't play it correctly. I didn't get myself in position, but that could have been an interception and basically ended this game out. He's got 1 timeout left, 50 seconds left. He actually hits the halfback angle with the out route. I love that passing concept. It usually opens it up and gives you very simple reads. Here he goes and rolls the clock down a little bit more, and right now he's actually in clock mode. He's actually clocking me as much as possible to try to not give me the ball back. So you can see he no huddles to go and take the clock down. I do not call a timeout because once again he needs his touchdown. Right here he hits a little spot route, gets the ball down, takes the timeout, his final timeout. I get 1 stop behind the line of scrimmage, but he actually hits a little crosser and gets the ball into the end zone. So right there, instead of actually going for it, he decides to go ahead and do the similar play and basically go into a defense where I have my defensive lineman actually dropping back into the end zone. I'm just hoping that he gets some kind of a stop against him, and once again he throws into my defender. My defender knocks the ball out, and I get the break. He went for 2. I got to hand it to him. You know, he obviously didn't want to give the ball back to me because I can move the ball down the field and score. Made 1 mistake, but for the most part, able to go and pick up a victory against my opponent using this LA Rams playbook. If you guys want to see this, the offensive scheme, just go to my Patreon or just let me know. I'm probably going to break down cross for the channel. So once again, guys, thank you for your support. Until next time.